Most people worry about one thing when fasting. They think one small bite or sip will completely ruin everything. This fear affects so many people trying to improve their health through fasting. They're nervous about drinking coffee or adding a tiny squeeze of lemon to their water. Some even stress about chewing sugar-free gum. The common belief is that fasting must be absolute, with zero consumption. But here's what science reveals. The human body doesn't work like a simple on and off switch. There are actually some things that can be consumed during a fast without disrupting fat burning. The body is smarter and more flexible than most realize. Today's topic covers 5 specific foods and drinks that keep the body in fat burning mode, even while being consumed. And the last one? It's probably sitting in most kitchens right now. This information might completely change how fasting is approached. Before diving into the list, understanding what breaking a fast actually means is essential. This is really important because without this foundation, fasting just feels like following random rules that someone made up. The goal here is to understand what's happening inside the body so smart decisions can be made. When anything is eaten, the body releases a hormone called insulin. Think of insulin like a traffic controller at a busy intersection that decides what happens to all the food energy consumed. It's managing the flow of energy throughout the entire body. When carbohydrates or lots of protein are eaten, blood sugar goes up. That's when insulin comes in and starts moving that sugar out of the bloodstream and into cells where it can be used for immediate energy. This is completely normal and healthy. But here's the key thing that most people don't realize about insulin. It also tells the body to completely stop burning fat and start storing energy instead. It's literally like flipping a switch that changes the body from fat burning mode to fat storing mode. This metabolic switch is what's really being discussed when talking about breaking a fast. The body shifts from burning stored body fat to storing new incoming energy. All the amazing benefits associated with fasting, like weight loss, better mental focus, improved insulin sensitivity, and cellular repair, these all happen when insulin is low and the body is in that fat burning mode. Now, not all food affects insulin the same way. This is where things get really interesting. Carbohydrates hit the hardest and fastest. Even just a spoonful of sugar or a small glass of orange juice will spike insulin really quick. The body sees that incoming sugar and immediately releases a flood of insulin to handle it. That's why anything sweet is the absolute biggest restriction during a fasting window. It's like setting off a loud alarm in the body that screams energy is here, stop burning fat right now. Protein also raises insulin, but not nearly as much as carbohydrates do. When protein is consumed, the body releases insulin to help move amino acids, the building blocks of protein, into cells for building muscle and repairing tissue. A small amount might not be a huge deal for those doing basic intermittent fasting, mainly for weight loss, but for those wanting the deeper cellular benefits like autophagy and cellular cleanup, it's definitely better to skip all protein during the fasting window. Then there's fat, and this is where it gets really interesting. Pure fat behaves completely differently from both carbs and protein. It doesn't raise blood sugar much at all, which means insulin stays quiet and calm. The body can actually keep burning stored body fat for fuel while simultaneously handling a small amount of dietary fat that's consumed. This is the secret that most people simply don't know about fasting. Fat doesn't flip that metabolic switch. It allows the body to stay in the fat burning state. So here are 3 simple rules that can be followed to determine if something is safe during fasting. First rule, keep calories minimal. While the type of calorie matters more than the number, consuming large amounts, even from healthy fats, still gives the body new fuel to process. The body will naturally pause burning stored fat to focus on new incoming energy. Since a main goal of fasting is burning stored body fat, adding too much energy works against that goal. Keeping caloric intake minimal ensures the body stays in a fasted state. The second rule is the most critical. Avoid anything that triggers a strong insulin response. This means no sugar, no honey, no maple syrup, no agave, no fruit juice, no refined carbs, nothing the body can quickly convert to glucose. This rule is non-negotiable because insulin control is the master switch for staying in a fasted state. Anything keeping insulin low supports the fast. Anything spiking insulin breaks it immediately. The third rule is to avoid foods causing heavy digestion or inflammation. One underrated benefit of fasting is giving the digestive system a needed rest. This rest helps heal the gut lining, rebalance gut bacteria, and lower inflammation. Consuming heavy or complex foods, even if they don't raise insulin much, can still force the body to wake up digestive machinery. This interrupts the healing and cellular repair happening during proper fasting. What's chosen should be simple, gentle, and easy to process. The first food on the list is pure fats and oils, specifically high quality sources like MCT oil, coconut oil, butter from grass fed cows, or extra virgin olive oil. These have calories, yes, but they don't trigger that insulin response just discussed. MCT oil is especially interesting for fasting. MCT stands for medium chain triglycerides. The body absorbs MCT oil very quickly and sends it straight to the liver where it gets converted into ketones. Ketones serve as premium fuel for the brain. Many people notice they can think clearer and focus better with MCT oil. Just a tiny bit in morning coffee can boost mental energy and reduce hunger throughout the fasting window. It provides clean energy without breaking the fast hormonally. The same applies to grass-fed butter or coconut oil. They help create feelings of fullness and satisfaction for longer periods without stopping fat burning. This can make the difference between giving up at hour 10 versus pushing through to hour 16 or 18. But here's where people make a mistake. Moderation is key. A teaspoon is enough, maybe a teaspoon and a half at most. If 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter and oil go into coffee, that's consuming a 300 to 400 calorie meal. The body will burn through those calories before touching stored fat. The purpose is defeated. These fats should be used strategically as tools to support the fast, not as meal replacements. Second on the list is black coffee, and this is honestly a game changer for millions of people who practice intermittent fasting. A standard cup of black coffee contains almost no calories, usually less than 5, absolutely zero sugar, and zero carbs. It doesn't touch insulin levels at all, but coffee does way more than just not break a fast. It actually helps the fast work better. The natural caffeine wakes up the brain and provides mental energy and focus, especially valuable in the morning when many people struggle with brain fog. Caffeine also speeds up metabolism, meaning more calories get burned throughout the day. Even better, it tells the body to release more stored fat and use that fat for energy. This is exactly what's desired during fasting. Coffee is also rich in powerful antioxidants called polyphenols that protect cells and fight inflammation. Some studies have even shown that caffeine can increase the breakdown of stubborn fat tissue. So black coffee doesn't just fit into fasting, it actually makes fasting work better and feel easier. Just remember one critical thing. It absolutely has to be completely black with nothing added. No milk, no cream, no sugar, no honey, no flavored syrups, absolutely nothing. Even zero-calorie artificial sweeteners can cause problems for some people by triggering cravings. For those who don't like regular hot black coffee, cold brew is an excellent alternative. Cold brew is naturally much smoother, less acidic, and easier to drink plain. Many people who dislike regular black coffee actually enjoy cold brew. Third is tea, green tea, black tea, herbal tea, all work as long as they're consumed plain. Green tea is probably the best option because it contains something called EGCG. This compound helps the body burn fat faster and supports autophagy, the process when cells clean themselves out. That's one of the best parts of fasting. Black tea provides a caffeine boost similar to coffee but gentler. Herbal teas like peppermint, ginger, and chamomile have their own benefits. Peppermint calms the stomach. Ginger reduces inflammation. Chamomile promotes relaxation before bed. The key is keeping it simple. No added flavors, no dried fruit, no sweeteners, just pure tea. If this information is proving valuable, consider subscribing to the Core Health channel and turning on notifications for daily health, nutrition, and fitness advice that actually works. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who's trying to improve their health. It helps reach more people seeking this knowledge. Now, the fourth item is lemon water. Just squeezing a few drops of fresh lemon into water creates a simple yet effective addition. The amount of sugar and calories is so small the body doesn't even notice, but it makes water taste better, which helps increase overall water consumption. Staying hydrated during fasting is really important because water isn't being obtained from food. The vitamin C in lemon is a nice bonus too. Some people report it helps wake up their digestion before the first meal. Just moderation is important here. A wedge of lemon in a big glass of water is perfect. If half a lemon or a whole lemon gets squeezed in, that's too much sugar and acid. Keeping it light is the way to go. The fifth food is the controversial one: natural zero-calorie sweeteners like stevia and monk fruit. Technically, these don't break a fast. They have no calories, no sugar, and don't raise blood sugar or insulin. For people with diabetes, they're often totally safe. But here's where it gets tricky. Some research shows that just tasting something sweet can make the brain think sugar is coming. This might cause a tiny insulin release in some people. For others, the problem is mental. Sweet taste can wake up cravings and increase thoughts about food. This makes fasting harder, not easier. So here's the guidance. If a little stevia in tea helps extend the fast without causing cravings, it can be useful. But if increased hunger occurs afterward, it's better to skip it completely. Everyone reacts differently to these sweeteners. This brings up the most important point. Everything needs to be personalized. Every body is unique. What works for someone else might not work for another person. The best approach is to experiment like a scientist. Try one thing at a time. Maybe add MCT oil to coffee tomorrow and observe the results. Notice energy levels. Is there focus or fogginess? Notice hunger. Does it go away or get worse? Notice digestion. Does the body feel light or bloated? These signals tell the whole story. For those wanting more accuracy, a blood sugar monitor can be used to test before and after. If blood sugar stays steady, that's a good sign. If it jumps up, that particular food isn't working well for that individual body. Keeping a simple journal to track this process is highly recommended. Just using phone notes works perfectly. Each day, write down what was consumed during the fast and how the body felt. Track energy, hunger, and focus. After a week or two, clear patterns will emerge. It becomes obvious what helps and what doesn't. This isn't about perfection, it's about awareness. Once individual body reactions are understood, real control is gained. The fasting routine can be fine-tuned based on real evidence from personal experience. When fasting aligns with the body instead of fighting it, it becomes a sustainable way of life. Here's a quick summary of do's and don'ts. Do start slow and test one thing at a time. Do listen to the body's signals, like energy, hunger, and comfort. Do keep everything pure with no added ingredients. Do stay hydrated and get enough electrolytes. Don't overuse fats, even healthy ones. A teaspoon is helpful, but tablespoons become a meal. Don't use artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose. They mess with gut bacteria and cravings. Don't ignore negative symptoms. If something consistently causes headaches or bloating, the body is sending a clear message to stop. Don't blindly copy someone else's routine. Every person's biology is different and requires individual adjustment. This journey has covered way more than just 5 foods. The science of how insulin works has been explored. The reasons why fasting works have been explained, and the importance of listening to individual body signals has been emphasized. That's valuable knowledge. So here's the next step. Don't try to change everything at once. Just pick one thing from this information. Maybe green tea, maybe lemon water, maybe MCT oil. Try it tomorrow. Pay attention to how it feels. Let personal experience be the teacher. That's how real change happens. One small step at a time. For those ready to take control of health, drop a comment and share where this video is being watched from. Every comment gets read because every health journey matters. Remember, human potential is more powerful than most people think. Progress doesn't come from perfection. It comes from paying attention, being patient, and not giving up. Thanks for watching and being part of the Core Health community. If this was helpful, subscribe with notifications on so this learning journey can continue together. Take care, trust what the body communicates, and keep moving forward. The path to better health is built one informed decision at a time.